Something I've learned over the very short course of my life is that it's very hard to do things on your own, more specifically alone. At the very least, it's much scarier to get into things. For example, tonight, I was planning on going out alone to this event where a bunch of people gather and it seems like a good time from everything I've heard about. My fear of going there without any insider information and without anyone to spend the time with caused me to not go. I ultimately decided upon staying home and playing Fortnite with my roommate, and it was very fun, so I don't regret that decision, but I still have this lingering thought that I should have gone because it would have at least tested myself. I would have left my comfort zone, and I would have done something that I generally don't do. Since I chose to stay home, I should have stayed away from consuming alcohol, but I didn't. I still ended up having about a shot of Everclear, and I had some drinks from my roommate's cocktail that he made. I guess that segues perfectly into a point I had. I had planned earlier on making a video about how drugs and alcohol are bad for you, and what a fucking shocker, but also how you should avoid them, because once you start them, it's hard to stop them. Alcohol has become this looming habit I have. It's not that I do it a lot, it's more just that I do it every so often, and even that kind of habit doesn't really feel like something I want to do. The experience tends to be generally enjoyable, with the exception of both the after effects and before effects, like stomach pain and hangover, what have you. All those things are very unpleasant. I find that if I don't partake, I tend to feel better, with the exception of still being very socially anxious a lot of the time. And that just comes from me being a coward and also spending too much time inside. Caffeine, weed, nicotine, and alcohol. Those are the four main drugs. I've done all of them, and I can say that none of them are that great. Caffeine's probably one of the best of those in terms of health and also doability. Weed, I had some terrible experiences where I was kind of looping and it felt like time was moving far too slowly or time was repeating itself, and that was terrible. And nicotine is kind of just gross. I didn't really get anything out of it. I just felt kind of shitty and I smelled bad. Cigarettes are not good. Vaping is not good. It's not really worth it. The damage it causes is much more measurable. As a general rule, I think it's wise to avoid substances that will alter your state of being completely. And this is from a guy who's done a shit ton of magic mushrooms, like a crazy amount. I still find myself craving that euphoric experience, even if it is a little bit out there. I know people who microdose them as like a substitute for depression medication. For the general person, you should probably steer clear of them, especially if you're younger. It's easier to get attached to things when you're young, and then you build the habit. As that Doobie Brothers album says, these vices have become habits. It's true. They become part of your life. Basically, moral of the story, don't do drugs, kids. They're not good for you. Monitor what you do consume. If you can avoid unhealthy stuff that's pretty obviously unhealthy, I know there's a lot of data on things saying that, oh, this is actually good for you. Just go based on your own intuition and be like, well, is this something I should consume? Is this heavily processed Hot Pocket something I should consume? For me, the answer is yes, because they're delicious. But for you, maybe if you care about your body more, your answer is no. Lots of things are unhealthy for your body and mind, and it's probably wise to avoid those things.